Confidence doesn't come from trophies, titles, or applause. It doesn't come from people telling you how good you are. Real confidence begins long before any of that. It begins in your own belief. Before the crowd chants your name, before the world sees your victories, before anyone calls you a champion, you must first call yourself one. Self-belief is the spark that lights the fire of unshakable confidence. Most people wait for permission. They wait for validation, for someone else to tell them they're good enough, worthy enough, strong enough. And that's why they stay stuck, because the world rarely gives you that approval before you've already proven yourself. If you sit around waiting for others to crown you, you'll be waiting forever. The only crown that matters is the one you place on your own head in your mind. The only voice that must believe is the one that speaks inside of you. Confidence begins the moment you decide who you are, not the moment others decide for you. When you look in the mirror and declare, I am great, I am unstoppable, I am destined for victory, that declaration plants a seed. At first, maybe it feels small, maybe it feels like you're pretending. But the more you repeat it, the more you believe it. And once belief takes root, it grows into confidence that no critic, no hater, no failure can uproot. Self-belief is powerful because it sets the standard for how you act. When you truly believe in yourself, you stop accepting less than excellence. You stop carrying yourself like a victim and start moving like a victor. You train harder, you think sharper, you walk taller. Belief changes the way you live, and that way of living is what creates the results the world cannot ignore. Think about it, every champion, every legend, every person who shook the world had to first believe when no one else did. Belief is lonely at the beginning. It feels like you're standing in the dark, shouting into emptiness. But that's where greatness is born. Self-belief is not about proving the world wrong, it's about proving yourself right. It's about standing firm in your identity even when no one else sees it yet. Confidence rooted in self-belief is unshakable because it doesn't depend on outside things. If your confidence comes from applause, what happens when the crowd goes silent? If your confidence comes from victory, what happens when you lose? If your confidence comes from approval, what happens when they turn their backs? That's why so many break when pressure comes, because their confidence was never truly theirs. But when your confidence comes from within, when it's built on self-belief, it cannot be taken from you. They didn't give it, so they cannot take it. Of course, belief doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means shaping it. Belief doesn't mean pretending you're already at the finish line. It means committing yourself to get there. It's a fire that fuels action, a standard that demands you rise to it. When you believe, you start to work harder, train smarter, push further, because you refuse to betray the image you have of yourself. You're no longer just chasing greatness, you're living it in every choice you make. And here's the secret: self-belief is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others start to believe too. Your energy changes, your presence commands attention, your words carry weight. People are drawn to those who believe without hesitation. Even your enemies can't help but feel it. That's why self-belief is the foundation of unshakable confidence. It shifts not only your mind, but the world around you. So if you want confidence that cannot be broken, stop waiting for the world to hand it to you. Build it yourself. Speak it yourself. Believe it yourself. Trust your own voice louder than the noise of doubt. Because true confidence doesn't begin with applause. It begins with self-belief so strong, so unmovable, that no storm, no critic, no failure can shake it. Confidence is not magic. It is not luck. It is not a gift handed down from the heavens. Confidence is built in the shadows, forged in the fire of preparation. Every ounce of unshakable confidence you see in the spotlight comes from hours, days, months, even years of unseen work. The truth is simple: if you have not prepared, you cannot be confident. But if you've paid your dues in sweat, pain, and discipline, then nothing and no one can shake you. Preparation is the armor of confidence. When you step into any battle, whether it's in the ring, on the field, in business, or in life, you either walk in armored with preparation or naked with excuses. And let me tell you something: excuses can't block punches. Excuses can't carry you through when fatigue hits. Excuses crumble when pressure comes. But preparation holds you up. Preparation gives you the right to stand tall and say, I'm ready. I've already fought this fight 1,000 times before the world ever saw it. Every drill, every repetition, every sacrifice when no one is watching becomes a brick in the foundation of your confidence. You can't fake that foundation. People think confidence is loud words and flashy talk, but real confidence comes from knowing you've done the work when no one was clapping. It comes from running the miles at dawn, from pushing through when your body screamed to quit, from practicing the same move until it became muscle memory. That's the kind of preparation that makes you unshakable. See, preparation doesn't just sharpen your skills, it silences your doubts. Egyptians and Germans cannot, and your doubt creeps when you know you didn't give everything, when you know you left something undone. That little voice in your head starts whispering, what if you're not ready? What if you didn't do enough? But when you've prepared relentlessly, when you've bled and sweated more than anyone else, that voice has no power. You silence it with the truth of your work. You silence it with the knowledge that you've earned the right to win. And preparation does more than give you skill. It gives you courage. Because fear is normal. Everybody feels it. But preparation gives you the strength to step through fear. You might still feel the butterflies, still feel the weight of the moment, but you also feel something stronger, the quiet certainty that you are ready. That certainty is confidence, and it only comes from preparation. There's a reason why the greatest always look so fearless under pressure. It's not because they don't feel fear. It's because they know they've prepared harder than anyone else. They've already paid the price in private so they can stand unshaken in public. That's the real secret. Preparation makes pressure your ally. While others crack, you rise. While others shrink, you shine. Confidence forged in preparation also creates discipline. You stop waiting for motivation to push you and start showing up no matter how you feel. You learn that greatness is not about doing what's easy. It's about doing what's necessary. That discipline day after day is what transforms ordinary into extraordinary. And when you know you've lived that discipline, when you've walked through the fire of preparation, you can face any challenge with your head high. So let the world doubt you. Let the critics talk. Let the odds stack against you. None of it matters if you've prepared, because preparation is a language the universe respects. It's a currency that always pays back. When you've done the work, the results will eventually show. The lights may be bright, the stage may be big, but if your preparation is bigger, you'll stand there with unshakable confidence. Confidence forged in preparation cannot be broken. It cannot be borrowed. It cannot be faked. It is earned in the grind, in the struggle, in the sacrifice. And once you've earned it, it belongs to you forever. Words are not just sounds, they are weapons, shields, and fuel. The words you speak about yourself shape the way you think, the way you act, and the way you fight through life. Confidence does not always come from what you see in front of you. It comes from the words you plant in your own mind. When you declare, I will win, I cannot be broken, or I am the greatest, you are not just talking, you are programming your spirit for victory. Most people don't realize the power of their own voice. They speak weakness, and weakness becomes their reality. They speak fear, and fear becomes their prison. They speak doubt, and doubt becomes their truth. But when you speak strength, strength rises inside you. When you speak courage, courage comes alive. When you speak greatness, greatness begins to move through your veins. The words you repeat are the seeds of your destiny. Plant the wrong ones, and you will harvest defeat. Plant the right ones, and you will reap confidence unshakable. Think about it. When you declare something bold, you are making a contract with yourself. If you say, I will not quit, then when the moment of struggle comes, your mind remembers that promise. If you say, I am unstoppable, then when obstacles rise up, your spirit pushes through because you already defined yourself that way. Words are anchors. They hold you steady when storms hit. They remind you of who you are when doubt tries to erase your identity. And words do more than convince you. They create energy around you. When you speak with fire, people feel it. You inspire them. You lift them. You spark something inside them. Your confidence becomes contagious. But the same words that inspire your allies can destroy your opponents. Bold declarations get inside their head before the first punch is thrown. When you say you are the greatest, when you say you cannot be beaten, They start to question themselves. They start to feel the weight of your certainty. That is the invisible battle won with words before the visible one begins. The truth is words force you to rise. When you make bold declarations, you create pressure on yourself to live up to them. And that pressure is a gift. It pushes you to train harder, to prepare more fiercely, to fight with greater fire. If you've told the world you cannot be beaten, then every day you step into training, you know you must match your work with your words. Words without action are empty, but words with action are unstoppable. This is why repeating your affirmations daily is not arrogance, it's alignment. You are aligning your thoughts, your actions, and your future. Every time you speak confidence, your subconscious listens, your body responds, your spirit sharpens. Slowly, repetition burns those words into your DNA until they are no longer just words, they are truth. And understand this, the louder the doubt around you, the louder your words must be. When critics laugh, speak louder. When haters doubt, declare stronger. When fear whispers, shout back with conviction. You cannot let outside voices drown your inner voice. Your words must be the loudest, clearest, most powerful force in your life. Words create confidence because they define identity. They turn uncertainty into certainty. They turn hesitation into boldness. They turn ordinary men into legends. And the beauty of it is that anyone can use them. You don't need riches. You don't need fame. You don't need approval. You just need the courage to open your mouth and declare your greatness before the world sees it. So speak your truth. Declare your destiny. Shout your greatness. Repeat it until doubt breaks, until fear crumbles, until even the world has no choice but to believe what you've been saying all along. Because confidence begins with belief, but it grows powerful when fueled by words. And the one who masters their words masters their future. Confidence and courage walk hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. Confidence is the belief that you can win. Courage is the decision to step forward even when fear screams that you can't. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the refusal to let fear control you. And when you step through fear with courage, your confidence rises to a level that nothing can break. Every battle in life begins long before the fight itself. It begins with the choice to show up. Most people never find confidence because they run from the very places where confidence is built. They avoid the challenges, the risks, the moments of discomfort. But every time you run from fear, you weaken yourself. And every time you face fear, you strengthen yourself. Courage is the training ground of confidence. The more you step into the fire, the more unshakable your spirit becomes. Courage is that moment when your body shakes, your mind doubts, and your heart pounds, but you walk forward anyway. It's when the mountain looks too high, the opponent looks too strong, the odds look too heavy, and still you say, I will not back down. That's where confidence is born. Not in comfort, not in safety, not in the easy path. Confidence comes alive in the places where fear is loudest. Understand this, fear will always exist. The difference between the weak and the strong is not who feels fear, it's who has the courage to act despite it. Fear whispers, you can't. Courage answers, watch me. Fear says, you're not ready. Courage responds, I'll find a way. Fear tries to paralyze you, but courage fuels motion. And once you move, once you act, confidence floods in because you've proven to yourself that fear doesn't own you. Every great victory begins with courage. Without courage, there is no preparation. Without courage, there is no sacrifice. Without courage, there is no moment of standing in front of the world, declaring who you are. Courage is the door, and confidence is what waits on the other side. If you want confidence that never shakes, you must first master courage, the courage to speak boldly, the courage to step forward, the courage to risk failure in pursuit of greatness. And here's the paradox, every time you act with courage, your fear shrinks and your confidence grows. What once terrified you becomes normal. What once made you tremble becomes just another step on the path. That is how warriors are built, by facing fear over and over until courage becomes their natural state. And when courage becomes your normal, confidence becomes your shield. But courage isn't just about facing opponents, it's about facing yourself. It takes courage to be disciplined when no one is watching. It takes courage to say no to comfort, to sacrifice sleep, to push your body past limits. It takes courage to silence doubt, to reject excuses, to trust your vision when no one else can see it. And every time you make those choices, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than fear, stronger than temptation, stronger than weakness. That proof becomes confidence. And courage doesn't just fuel your own confidence, it inspires others. When people see you standing tall in the face of fear, they feel their own courage rise. They believe in you, and through you, they begin to believe in themselves. Your courage becomes their confidence. That is how leaders are made, not by being fearless, but by being courageous enough to act in spite of fear. So understand this confidence is not built in silence, in comfort, or in safety. It is built in the furnace of courage. It is born when you face what scares you, when you refuse to retreat, when you keep walking forward no matter how heavy the weight. The one who learns to act with courage will never lack confidence, because courage says, I will face it, and confidence says, I will conquer it. Confidence is not just a personal weapon, it is a force that changes the atmosphere around you. When you carry unshakable confidence, people feel it before you even open your mouth. It inspires those who stand with you, and it intimidates those who stand against you. Confidence is energy, and that energy spreads like fire. It can lift an entire crowd to their feet, or it can break an opponent's spirit before the first blow is struck. Think about it. When you walk into a room with your head high, shoulders back, eyes steady, you don't need to say a word. People notice. They feel your presence. They sense your certainty. That's the power of confidence. It inspires trust. It makes people want to follow you, believe in you, and fight alongside you. Because when someone believes in themselves without doubt, others want to catch that same fire. Confidence is contagious, but that same fire that inspires allies can scorch enemies. Confidence unsettles opponents. When they hear you declare victory before the fight, when they see you stand tall with no hesitation, when they realize you believe without a single crack of doubt, they start to question themselves. Doubt is poison, and your confidence becomes the trigger that spreads it through their veins. Long before the fight begins, their spirit begins to shrink under the weight of your certainty. That's the unseen battle most people miss, the fight that happens in the mind. And confidence wins that fight before the first punch is even thrown. This is why confidence is more than a personal shield. It is a weapon of influence. When you believe in yourself, you make others believe in you. You shape the energy of the crowd. You shift the mindset of your team. You change the atmosphere of the moment. People rally behind you because your confidence gives them courage. And in the same way, opponents stumble because your confidence makes them feel smaller. It is the invisible advantage that tilts the fight in your favor before the bell even rings. And it's not just in the ring or on the stage, it's in life. A confident leader inspires a team to push beyond limits. A confident parent gives their children the courage to dream. A confident dreamer sparks movements, businesses, revolutions. Confidence is not selfish, it is a gift to everyone around you. It shows others what's possible. It tells them, if I can do it, so can you. That inspiration is powerful. It lights a fire in people who might otherwise stay cold. But inspiration alone is not why confidence is feared. It's the intimidation factor. People may laugh at arrogance, but they fear unshakable belief. Because arrogance is empty, but confidence backed by preparation and courage is dangerous. It means you're not bluffing. It means you've already declared victory, and now you're ready to prove it. That kind of confidence breaks opponents mentally before they even get the chance to test you physically. Confidence that inspires and intimidates is built from truth. You cannot fake it forever. Empty talk is exposed under pressure. But when your words match your work, when your belief is backed by preparation, when your courage has been proven, then your confidence carries weight. People feel the difference between noise and power. Real confidence is undeniable. And the beauty of this is that anyone can build it. It doesn't matter where you start, how much doubt you face, or how many critics surround you. If you choose to believe, if you prepare relentlessly, if you declare boldly, you can carry a confidence that lifts others and weakens enemies. You can become the kind of presence that inspires hope in your allies and fear in your challengers. So understand this confidence is bigger than you. It is a force that moves people, shapes battles, and creates legacies. When you carry it, the world feels it. And when the world feels it, it bends in your direction. That's the power of confidence. It inspires those who need light and it intimidates those who stand in your way. Real confidence is not handed to you. No one can give it to you, no one can gift it, and no one can pass it down like an inheritance. Unshakable confidence is earned. It is carved out of sacrifice, built through discipline, and proven through action. If you want it, you have to pay the price. And once you've paid that price, no one can take it from you, because it wasn't theirs to give, and it isn't theirs to steal. Too many people want the shine without the grind. They want the victory without the sacrifice, the glory without the struggle. They want to walk with the presence of confidence, but they don't want to sweat in silence to earn it. That's why their confidence crumbles at the first sign of pressure. It wasn't built on a foundation of work. It was built on illusions, on empty talk, on fragile approval. But true confidence is forged in the trenches of effort where nobody claps and nobody cheers. Confidence is earned every time you say no to excuses and yes to discipline. It's earned every time you choose to wake up early, to train harder, to study longer, to give more than anyone else was willing to give. Confidence is earned in the repetition of sacrifice, when you push past exhaustion, when you silence the voice telling you to quit, when you keep going long after comfort has left. Those moments build a fire inside you, and that fire is confidence. And here's the truth: you cannot cheat the process. You cannot fake confidence forever. People can see through the mask. Under pressure, fake confidence cracks like glass. But when your confidence is earned, it is unshakable, because you know the work you've put in. You know the pain you've endured. You know the battles you've already fought in silence. That knowledge gives you a certainty that no critic, no hater, no opponent can touch. Confidence is not in the talk, it's in the walk. You can declare bold words, but if your life doesn't back them up, they're empty. But if your words match your work, if your belief is backed by relentless preparation, then those words carry power. That's when your declarations become reality. That's when your confidence becomes undeniable. Because you didn't just say it, you earned it. And the beauty of earned confidence is this: it never fades. Even if you fall, even if you lose, even if the world doubts you, that confidence stays. Why? Because it wasn't built on one moment. It was built on years of work, sacrifice, and truth. You may stumble, but you'll rise again, because you know you're made of more than a single setback. You know the depth of your foundation. That's why earned confidence cannot be shaken. It's too deeply rooted. Unshakable confidence also demands accountability. When you earn it, you hold yourself to a higher standard. You stop accepting average. You refuse to live below your potential, because you know what it costs to build that confidence, and you won't betray it. That's what separates the great from the ordinary: the willingness to keep earning confidence every single day, not just once. So, don't chase shortcuts. Don't wait for approval. Don't rely on luck. If you want confidence that cannot be broken, you have to build it brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice, action by action. It will be hard. It will be painful. It will demand more than you think you have. But when you come out on the other side, you will walk with a confidence that nothing can touch, because unshakable confidence is not given. It is earned. And once you earn it, it belongs to you forever.